Steel City Live. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Was stuck in traffic. I had to come back to my house. There's a wreck on the road right to my son's school where he's doing his off-season football workouts in high school. I know how crazy that sounds right now, but yeah, they're working out. They're doing their conditioning still, and there's a wreck, a fender bender wreck kind of deal. Maybe a little bit more. The cars could have got off the road. However, they decided to sit in the middle of the road. So I literally sat in one spot for about, I don't know, 35, 45 minutes. Decided to flip back, come do the show. My wife ended up going and getting him. So she's on her way to get him now. And here I am doing the show, Steel City Live. Let me turn my phone. Hold on. Turn that down. Sorry. And I want to turn my phone on to Do Not Disturb. And all right. Now we're rocking, guys. Again, I apologize. So what's up, everybody? 24K, Miss Pittsburgh in the house. All right, Sean, what's up, my dude? All right, guys, we're going to roll through the show. A lot of stuff happening in the Steelers world today. Signing 3 players, quarterback. You have a quarterback, you have a defensive end, you have a wide receiver that was signed. So a busy day in Omar Khan land. Steelers signing Kyle Allen, a quarterback that's been around the block a time or two. What's up, Joshua Shields? He was signed. Dean Lowry was signed, and Quez was signed. Right, that is his name. Oh, I can't remember it right now. I have it wrote down here. But anyway, the wide receiver was signed. The former Philadelphia Eagle. So the Pittsburgh Steelers busy today. Kyle Allen, 28-year-old, he's been around the league, spent time with Carolina, Washington, Houston, Buffalo. Yeah, couldn't even remember them all. So let me fix this a little bit, guys. Let me fix the camera angle real quick. All right, now I'm rocking. I like that better. Okay. But yeah, crazy, isn't it? How the Steelers went from doing nothing to all of a sudden doing some of these moves, man. What do you guys think about all these moves? Let me know what you're thinking about them. It's kind of crazy that they went and just boom, here we go, 3 of them. I had a commenter today say that Omar Khan waited too long in free agency, which I thought was kind of crazy to me that he said that. Let's read some comments. Joshua, what's up? Ron, what's up, my friend? Miss Pittsburgh, JD Watkins. Yeah, JD. Yeah, I had it right here. Sorry, I'm like huffing and puffing trying to get back, man. I'm like, shit, 24K, what's up, my brother? I'm just rocking with a little dum-dum today. Just something to mess around with. Trying not to eat on camera. Hey, 24, I still think we need another wideout, Sean says. Maybe, man. I think you find that in the draft now. I think they've loaded up some depth. I just don't know what the answer is there. I had somebody tell me today that George Pickens is inconsistent wide receiver that isn't living up to his potential. Yeah, that was in one of the comments. Guys, some of these things I get said to me are kind of crazy. You wouldn't even believe it. It's like, do you even watch the Steelers, or are we watching 2 different teams, or what? That's what I want to say to some people. What's up, AK? George in the house. What's up? Renfro. Yeah, lots say he wouldn't fit. I don't know about Renfro. Yeah, we've heard some stuff about him. I don't think he'd be a bad addition. I think you load up on as much talent as you can get. That's my philosophy. And if you got to cut some of them, cut them, man, during the summer. I don't know. You know, that's my theory. If you can get Renfro, you can get Boyd, you can get all these guys. Get as many as you can, man. Load this bitch up is what I say. Do you still think we'll get Renfro or Boyd for a veteran presence in the wide receiver room? Some of these guys they've signed have been around 3 or 4 years. George is going into year 3. I'm not sure. I don't know if they would do it. Honestly, now, I'm thinking this is what happened. And when they went out and got Watkins, the former Philadelphia Eagle now, a guy that's had some okay years, he's gotten used here and there. Nothing crazy, guys. He's been no, like, statistical monster or anything. But you know, he could end up being serviceable or something. But what I think happened here is they were trying to work maybe in a deal for one of these bigger name guys, and things have just started to fall through, and they can no longer just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. They wanted to add some depth, and that's what I think happened here with the signing of Watkins. But again, these guys that are lower name guys, maybe they're more cuttable, you know? You can cut them later down the road in the summer if you get some better talent. You find somebody in the draft or a couple in the draft if you need to. I don't think I'd do two, but maybe, just saying. There's options for Omar Khan. Renfro. People are liking Renfro, man. Definitely. People are definitely liking Renfro. What's up, Justin Meneke? We're going to dive into this here. Let me get my bearings about me as we move through. What do you guys think about the defensive lineman and Dean Lowry? Also, Green Bay Packer, I believe, is where he's from. I haven't had a ton of time to do much research on him. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with him, guys. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on him. But Watkins is the one that happened earlier in the day, and then they started adding people a little bit later as they moved through. Also, guys, did you see that they are banning the hip drop tackle? That is going to be a rule that was adopted by the NFL Owners Association at the owners meetings today. So that's one thing that's going to happen here. What's up, D? AK Davis, I am concerned that they are talking about delaying moving Jones to left tackle for another year. I think that's a grave mistake in my eyes. I think you went and got Jones to be that left tackle. I think that's where he is most comfortable. And if they would do that, I think it's something that is more detrimental than good in my eyes. Just my opinion, guys. It really, really is. I think it would definitely be detrimental. I'm trying to get this stupid icon off. All right. Over 4 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles, Watkins has posted 98 catches, 249 yards, and 6 touchdowns. That's over 4 seasons, guys. The Eagles drafted him with the number 200 overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft out of Southern Mississippi. So he's definitely had some moments. He's scored some touchdowns. He's been around the year a little bit, or been around the league a little bit with the Eagles here. So he has experienced. I wouldn't call him too young of a guy now. He's been in the league. This is 4th year coming in the league here. So, not a bad move. I'm really getting hung up on this thought now whenever I'm hearing this Broderick Jones staying at the right tackle spot. You keep delaying the move over to left tackle, guys. He's going to end up being a right tackle, and that's just where he's going to be. That's what's going to end up happening if they do that. At least what I'm thinking. I don't know what you guys are thinking. George, hey everyone, hip drop tackle, the like button. Yeah, no doubt. Hit drop tackle that like button. If you're in here, hit that like button for us here at Mike Drop Sports for sure. This is the show Steel City Live. I'm Jason. Sorry about the little delay and getting confused and everything going crazy here. But it's life, man. Life of a content creator on YouTube, trying to fit life in, trying to fit this in, trying to fit everything. You gotta juggle, man. You gotta juggle, and I'm not complaining. It's a wild ride, that's for sure. Joshua, I think the rule is dumb. What do you want defenders to do? Yeah, dude, absolutely. I don't know what you're expecting. Honestly, guys, why don't we just take tackling out of football? Seriously, that's what it's coming to. Take the damn tackling out of football because guess what, man? You're making the rules so hard for defenders. And I think if you go through, and with all these rule changes that have happened over the last few years, I think they should do a study for the next 2 years without changing any more rules and letting things go and just see how much injuries have increased on the defensive side of the football, things like that, because I think you're making these guys think too much. They can't play ball anymore, man. Sean says, pulling a guy down to the ground by dropping to the ground and landing on the back of the ball runner's legs. Yeah, but I think they're even going even more in depth than that. It's not even going to be like, you're going to have them calling flags for guys just grabbing a hold and falling backwards, even if they're not falling on the legs. You know what I mean? You know how the NFL is, guys, and you know exactly how crazy they get with this stuff. You can't even breathe on a quarterback without it being freaking roughing the passer. You just can't. And I get it. Quarterbacks are the most valuable asset in the game. But you have to allow these guys that are freaking 180, 200 pound to tackle some of these guys that are huge monster tight ends or huge monster running backs. You have to give them some way to tackle somebody, man. You're watering down the product. The more rules you add, the more and more you water this product down. It really is. And it's just, some of them are good in theory, but football's a contact sport, ladies and gentlemen. Contact sport. Deal with it. Don't play if you don't want to be in contact. That's just my thoughts. And again, hey, we just know how the refs are going to be. You get some of these rules and they go crazy with them, man. And it's like, especially the first year they come out with that rule, it's like nuts, balls to the wall, just crazy calling flag, 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 flag. And it's like, oh my Lord, man, what are we watching? And it just makes the game ridiculous. I'm just getting tired of the rule changes. That's all. I think that's what I'm getting overly frustrated with the most. Mark Malone. Christ, he was drafted number 2 overall. Who was that? Number 2 overall. I'm not sure who you're talking or referring to, Mark. That does not sound like what a hip drop tackle would be. Yeah, I just don't know what they're coming up with, man, D. I don't know. This is making me crazy. Dude, there's a change of rules constantly. Every year it is this. You didn't have this all the time. They would take little changes, man. But basically, they have taken out basically the kickoff basically out of the game. They're taking out certain ways. You can't tackle people half the ways you used to be able to. I don't even know what's legal and what's not half the time in terms of form tackling, honestly. And I don't think any of us really truly know. People can act like they do, but they don't. Their rule changes are constant. Nobody knows exactly. And when some of these penalties get called in the game, we're all like, how in the hell did that happen? Where did that come from? Where did this, how in the hell? Was that even a rule? I know I have, and I watch this shit every day, dude. And I'm still confused. I know that. My brother, who is an Eagles fan, told me the Steelers got Watkins. Yeah, they did. Joshua. D, they need to go back to the 90s. Don't want to risk an injury. Go do regular job for 50 to 100K like the rest of us. Absolutely. That's part of why you get paid the big bucks, man. Go play basketball, bro. Go play baseball where there's no contact and shit. Go play those sports. If that's what you want to do, football, that's what made football what it was, what it is, what it should be. You know, I don't know. That's the lore of football for me. It's a gladiator sport. And if you don't want to be a gladiator, go sit on the sidelines, man. JD, I think they're trying to eliminate the egregious hip drop tackles. Some of the ones on the video look normal to me. I'm all on board with, hey, man, if you're viciously being an idiot and you're trying to hurt somebody, I'm cool with that being a penalty. But, man, just some of these, I know how they'll be. Oh, he was on the side of the ball carrier, and he slightly fell back to his right side, and it looked like he was going to fall onto his butt. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's how these refs are, man. And they're part-time refs, guys. They're part-time refs. A league that makes a gazillion dollars a year. More money in 1 year than all of us will ever make combined in a lifetime. All of us combined. They make that in 1 year, and they can't have full-time referees that really know these rules to where maybe it wouldn't be so bad to have so many rules when you have referees that actually know what the hell they're talking about. That's another thing that really gets me going. George says, just ban 180-pound players. It'd be easier. Absolutely. Ban the smaller player then, I guess. If you can't tackle a 300-pounder, go sit down, boys. Go sit down. Do you want to make millions of dollars playing a game, risk getting smashed for our entertainment? Yeah. And I know people are saying, it's a game. It's a game in which you get paid millions of dollars to entertain. Don't sign up for it, man. If you don't have the passion for it, you don't want to be a gladiator, then don't sign up, man. How do you feel about Quez Watkins, and what about Najee contract situation, fifth year option or long term? I think you gotta figure something out with Najee. I don't like paying him $7 million a year. There's extra games added. I don't know. It's just Najee's one of them borderline players for me, man. He's one of those ones where sometimes I feel like, man, pay his ass. And then sometimes I'm like, whew, man, dude, what are you doing? He's just one of those players for me. And I'm not sure how he is for everybody else. But I think, in my eyes, I think that Najee would need something more. Sign him to a couple-year deal or something. Let him get paid 5, 6 million. I don't like the almost 7 million, maybe 5. 4 or 5 would I be comfortable with Najee. 4 or 5 is where I'd be cool. I think that would be a fair number. Even if you signed him to 4 years, but make it 4 or 5 million a year or something, do something like that. I'd be cool with that. What's up, Nathaniel? What do you think about the stiff arm? The offensive player just gets to throw them down, but when the defense does that, they get a flag. Absolutely. You're right. You're right. I like the stiff arm. I don't mind that. I don't mind it, but you're right. It's exactly that way that you're saying. If a defender put his hands in that player's face in the offense, they would get a flag. You're right. The rules are far geared, far geared toward the offense. Far. And you're looking at some of these defenders, man, especially when you're getting guys that put up numbers like TJ Watt. And I'm just using him for an example right now. And I know there's defenders across the league that put up monster numbers. I know that. But TJ Watt, take him for instance. To be in a league that is so biased and so ridiculously lean toward the offense, to put up numbers like TJ Watt puts up, should tell you something of how good this guy really is. And you imagine a guy like TJ Watt playing in a league to where defenders were actually allowed to play football. Imagine that. Imagine TJ Watt playing in a league to where they would actually call holding penalties on him. Things of that nature. Just take that into consideration. And I'm not whining about anything for TJ Watt at all. He don't get calls. Everybody sees that. He gets held every single play. We understand that. It's okay. He's really, really good. He's hard to stop. And if you probably could call holding on him every single play. We get that. And I don't expect that. But damn, dude, imagine if this guy played in a league that actually was geared toward defenders a little bit. Mitz Pittsburgh, what's up with the terrible towel? Everybody hit that like button as we move through the show here on Steel City Live. I want to see them like buttons cranking up. Just hit the shit out of it, man. That'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. JD, wonder if offensive players are going to try to sell the hip drop to draw flags. They already sell all the other ones. What? Pass interference. They try to sell the quarterbacks flop so bad. It's ridiculous. It's becoming like basketball, and that's honestly why I don't watch the NBA as much anymore. And I really like basketball. I really enjoy youth basketball. It's even becoming bad, though, too. They call so many fouls, man. It is just foul after foul after foul. And it is so easily, you're so easily able to dictate games through refereeing that way. And it's ridiculous. And it's just so nuts that you can sit there and allow that kind of stuff to happen, man. You can't call all these fouls constantly. And the NFL's getting to be the same way. Guys, I guarantee you games are 20, 30 minutes longer just because of penalties. Some of these games we watch, there'll be a flag every 2-3 plays. It's like, what are we doing here, man? Jalen is better and makes nothing. Exactly. And he's tough, man. He's tough. Jalen's a home run hitter. That's what I like about Jalen. He can hit a home run from anywhere on the field. Nick Perez, how do you feel about the Kenny trade? I'm cool with it, man. I don't want people that aren't competitors, Nick. You don't want to be a competitor? You don't like people being brought in to challenge you for your job? Then go somewhere else, man. I don't want no crybabies. That's just my theory, man. Honestly, the older I get through my life, the more I progress through my life, the less tolerance I have for crybabies, man. The less tolerance I have for excuses. And it just becomes tough for me to deal with when you got people like Kenny Pickett going, well, I mean, you brought in competition. I think it's time for a change of scenery. Good riddance. Goodbye. I don't care what you get for him. And I was a big advocate on don't trade him until you can get something that, was equal to or close to the draft capital value that you spent on him. But once you start saying that crap, I don't care what they get for you. They can get a handful of pocket lint for all I care. I could care less. Nathaniel Sampson, how do you feel about the NFL moving to different countries like the Eagles are playing the Giants in Brazil opening day? I'm not a fan of that either, Nathaniel. Uh, I don't mind it here and there, but like opening weekend, things like that, I just think it messes things up a little bit, man. I'm not into it. I'm not. I don't know if I want the NFL to be a global game. I'm not sure if I do. I know the NFL does. Why? Money, baby. That's all it's about. Money, 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 money. You know? And that's where we're getting money. That's all things are about money. And that hurts it too. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. I don't know how I'd really truly feel about a global game for the NFL. Like the NFL truly being global, where there were teams in England, Brazil, Mexico, all these places they want to go. I don't know how I'd really feel about it. I'm not sure if I'd really like it. It's hard to watch it too for the people that originally had the sport. It becomes hard for us to be entertained by it. Why? Because of the drastic time changes. You already have these crazy Thursday night football games that get people hurt, that are horrible value because the players don't play that hard. I feel like it's just a waste of time to even play them. And then you're asking them to fly, way across the world to play a game, then fly back and play another game, and then you're asking them to go the very next week after that and play a Thursday night game. You're just doing too much. You're doing too much. And there is such thing as doing too much, man. Hard times make strong men make good times make weak men make hard times. We're in that. Weak men make hard times, period. I heard that a while back, and I have to say that that is probably the most truest statement in the entire world, man. I have to agree with you. It's exactly right. And I look at my two sons and the life they lead, and I wonder to myself, am I doing that to them? Am I making them weak men? Because they get everything they want. They have everything. And it's like, should I even do that? I'm creating a generation of weakness. And you're right. And that statement is so very true, guys. We should really, really analyze that one as a society. Everybody is soft, man. You can't say shit to people anymore. That's a thing, guys. You can't say nothing to nobody anymore, man. People whining, crying. Yeah. Jeez. I don't like to talk politics or nothing, but some crybabies we have in this society are, it's tough. It's tough to watch, man. Aiden Kelly, or hold on, let me go to Mike Englehart. With Okafor signing with New England, do you think Broderick Jones gets some? No, they got to quit waiting to put Broderick over there. If Dan Moore can't play right tackle, figure it out. Get rid of him. I know they love Dan Moore in that building. Dan Moore is more revered in that building than the fan base, likes him. The fan base, typically isn't big Dan Moore Jr. guys. But inside of that building, they have a high regard for Dan Moore Jr. And we'll see how this all transpires. But I think the longer you wait to move Broderick over to left tackle, you're just making him a right tackle, man. So pick what you want. I don't care. Do what you got to do. Pick what we're doing here, though. Let's have a plan for that offensive line because, man, we got some holes there. Center has to be taken care of. What about the Miami guy? What about his torn ACL? Does he come out into play, eventually around the training camp area? Would he be able to be signed? But the Pittsburgh Steelers would probably already had signed a center in the draft. There's a lot of variables there at play. And I think the more you mess around with the tackle positions, the more trouble you're asking for because those are the two most important pieces on the offensive line, the tackles and the center. Those are it, guys. Aiden Kelly, what position do you think the Steelers should draft first round? Center or right tackle? Center or right tackle? That's it. That's where I think they should go, but I think they could go corner or something like that. It's not far fetched. What's up, Dylan? Steelers freak. The NFL is packing a full house in European soccer stadiums over 100K. It sees the dollar signs. Yeah, that's all it's about, Steelers freak. Dollar bills, man. And it don't matter what us fans like because guess what? We keep consuming it. And it is what it is, man. They're making money and they're going to continue to do what makes them money. George, do you think it would benefit the Steelers if the D Washington to beef up and play right tackle? Nah, George, I don't know. I like Darnell at the tight end spot. I think he's athletic for his size. I think he could really do some special things. Let's give him another year before maybe that would happen, you know? Maybe if the tight end thing ain't working out, you know, maybe then. Yeah, I love my Miss Pittsburgh. Always using our emojis. I love it. Go ahead and hit that 99-cent membership, guys. Get some emojis. Get some loyalty badges. And hit that like button while you're at it, guys, for our show here on Steel City Live, only on Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason. And don't forget, we got Merrill Hodge coming up in about a week, guys, right before the draft. Whew, boy, shit's going to be fire here. D, if Khan don't get that line figured out, the Steelers are going to be on the third string quarterback before week 6, and Mason ain't there anymore. You should have added to your comment, D. Mason ain't there anymore to save their ass, to save Mike Tomlin's ass. You're right. You're right about that. Teddy Beechler, 4K Ultra Wide. What's that thing behind you? It's an old vintage Steeler sign from back in the 70s. It might even be older than that, but it's pretty old. It was my father-in-law's. It hung above his bar in his house before he passed away for many, many years. And I liked it. I thought it was cool. And, just pay a little respect to him. Have it up. So that's the only sign I hang up. Stephen Carpenter. Broderick is kind of raw at pass pro. I personally think he's best at right tackle. Yeah, but you got to give him some reps, man. Get him a chance. Get him out there. His ceiling's far higher than Dan Moore Jr.'s, in my eyes, anyway. Dan Moore Jr. should be starting to hit his stride here, you know. We'll see. We'll see how this all shakes out. I don't care which way they go. I just think they need to figure it out, is what I'm saying. You may be right, Steven, you know. And the Steelers may be onto something with it. I don't know. I don't get to see these guys in practice every single day. That's how you really formulate an opinion. Watching them in practice, seeing how they interact with the rest of the line, seeing how things go, and then watching them in the game and taking all that information and figuring it out. And, you know, it's hard to do when you're only seeing them on Sunday. Shane Emsweiler, with all the news of Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, we should have kept Mason. I like Mason Rudolph. I would have not been upset about Mason Rudolph remaining a Pittsburgh Steeler. They didn't even offer him a contract, so it is what it is. He is now a Tennessee Titan, and hopefully it don't come back to bite us one day in the playoffs or something when Mason's slinging that ball around. JP, the Steelers need to draft Johnny Wilson at wide receiver. Yeah, many people have wanted that, JP. I've seen, you're not the first commenter that said that. I've had it probably good 50 times in the comments on my videos. So it seems to be a good pick. JD, Dean Lowry is a good pickup, a vet that can spell players and be productive. So does that mean here too, JD, you say that he's a good player? I don't know enough about him, so I'm going off of what JD always gives us good stuff, so I'll trust what JD's saying. But so that's kind of saying no more Golden, probably. They're not going to bring him back. They're probably going to look at Dean Lowry, look at Nick Herbig, and say to themselves, that's the duo that spells TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. I do think there needs to be more of a rotation in terms of keeping guys fresh and healthy, and I hope that happens a little bit more next year. I know it's hard to take a guy like TJ Watt off the field, but when you're able to give him rest and allow him, when he is in there, to be 1,000% going rock solid, full speed, like crazy, like his hair's lit on fire running through there. That's special, and he can do some big things. And I don't want Nick Herbig to be discounted, because every time he was in there, he did something. He had more sacks than the Defensive Player of the Year in Myles Garrett, didn't he? In the last 7 games. I'm saying, you know, that guy disappeared for the last 7 games. What are they going to do? Pro Football Focus put, his pass rate or his how fast he gets to the quarterback or something. Buddy, you don't got the numbers to prove it. You don't got the numbers to back it up. And when your team needs you in the playoffs, you ain't there, bro. Kelly Lovato, Bears building a team, or is it just a dream? I don't know what the Bears are doing, dude, honestly. I feel like they gave Justin Fields away for a little bit of pocket lint and maybe a stale chip that you pull out of your pocket or book bag or something. They don't know what they're doing, I don't think. We'll see. Caleb Williams, is he going to be that guy? Let's talk about this, guys, and I'll get to comments. You can put comments in there. But let's talk about this. Is Caleb Williams going to be a savior? Or any of these guys going to be a savior? And when you're playing in college, how can you tell? The NFL is far different. It is very hard to evaluate a quarterback whether they're going to come up to the NFL and be able to do it. You have to be an excellent processor at the NFL level, guys. You have to be quick with it. It isn't college anymore, man. And if you're not an excellent processor and you're not able to do that, and I don't know how you can tell when you're not playing against NFL talent in college if somebody is an excellent processor. Because then when you get to the NFL, the speed is far greater. And I know people say college is pretty good. It's like the amateur of the NFL. No, it's not nearly as fast, man. It's the best of the best of the best. The top 1% on that field. And it's really hard to evaluate anybody at quarterback to tell if they're going to be a truly good processor of the game. The speed is so much different, man. And there's only Peyton Mannings that come around every once in a while. Guys that maybe you wouldn't think would be good, like a Tom Brady coming up every once in a while. Things of that nature, guys. It's very hard to figure out how these quarterbacks are going to pan out. Steelers freak. Assessing future NFL talent is difficult. Bingo. Yeah, man, it's so hard, guys. And that's why I know I'm rough on guys that are in the scouting department. I'm rough on how they, draft picks that maybe don't pan out and criticize people. But it is very, very difficult, guys. Very difficult. Wesley Boyd, welcome to the Mic Drop Mafia, my friend. Wesley Boyd is now a member of the Mic Drop Mafia. Welcome, Wesley. Appreciate you, my friend. Let me hit that. Let me see if I can. Oh, I was going to hit a little like thing. You can usually heart those. Thanks, dude. Pittsburgh Grills, Cal Allen will be a solid third stringer. Yeah, cool. Cool. They needed somebody. They're going to start filling it out. So this tells me one thing. You go out and you get Kyle Allen. He's now the quarterback 3 definitively in that building. Now that tells me one thing. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers mid to late rounds pull the trigger on one of the quarterbacks. Is it going to be a Joe Milton, a Spencer Rattler, a Carter Bradley? Just names that I'm throwing out there. Joe Milton can throw the ball a mile, dude. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody have an arm like him. He got an arm now, but does he have a complete game? How long is it going to take him, if ever, to get that ability to be a processor at the NFL level? That's my biggest thing, man. The speed is so different. If you're not able to process all the calls, all the coverages, man, all the anticipation that's needed, it's super difficult. Sean, my boy Sean with all the emojis. JP, Joe Milton for the Steelers QB3. There you go, man. I just said him, JP. Yeah, man. Wesley Boyd, appreciate it, brother. Really enjoy. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, Wesley. All you guys that are Mic Drop Mafia members, thank you guys so very much. I do appreciate that, and we want to continue to read those off. I just been forgetting to get the list. I'm going to write that down now. Mike members, man. Mafia. I got it wrote down here right now on my tablet. I'm going to read everybody off tomorrow, so don't forget the show tomorrow. We almost have, we're cruising toward 100 live viewers here on Steel City Live. Let's get the like button lit up, guys. Come on. Hit the shit out of that like button. If you want to support the show, you're free to do that also by joining and becoming a Mic Drop Mafia member for 99 cents a month. There's other ways to support us in the bio. There's other ways to do it. So if you are so inclined, feel free. But the biggest way to support us is liking the shit, like that, like the live shows, man. It really helps. Kelly Lobato, the Bears. Wait, the Bears trade Williams for cheap? I don't know if they trade him. If they get him, I doubt that. Lowry reminds me of a cross between Brett Kiesel and Aaron Smith. 6'6", 295 pounds. Big dude. I think we've needed that, JD. We have our guys that are a little bit sleeker, faster type players on the edge, like like TJ Watt, like Alex Highsmith, guys that are more fit, athletic type guys. I like that big body dude, man, that you can rotate in and play a little bit more of an exotic look with sometimes too, where you could have three of them on the field, slide them around a little bit. That wouldn't hurt, man. I like that kind of idea. Shit, throw all four of them. Throw Nick Herbig somewhere in the mix, then Cam in the middle. Play a weird exotic defensive front. Screw with people, dude. Use your talent, man. I know we play a 3-4 base defense. Utilize all your people, dude. You don't got to stay in the 3-4 base all the time because look, guess what? They don't, man. Everything is sub package, man. Everything. Defenses are probably in their base 3-4 look probably 3% of the time, I would say. Everything's a sub package, an exotic type package. They're mixing it up all the time. Use all your players, dude. Don't be afraid. Pull the trigger on it. Pittsburgh Grills. I will Xavier Liggett in the third round. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't I wouldn't be mad at it. Pittsburgh, Miss Pittsburgh with the emojis. See, Miss Pittsburgh always got all the emojis, man. There's one of me, one of Sean. Sean got the surfboard. Yeah, I'm the ugly one. Yeah, we're going to update some more. I'm going to make some more of those too. Plus, you get the loyalty badges, and I see those first. So, hey, that's how you usually get your comment read the fastest. Pittsburgh Royals won. Yeah, I got you, brother. Sorry. I should have read it like that. I knew what you were saying. Steeler Nation, my brother. Absolutely, Monty. Steelers Nation. Rise up. The Pittsburgh Steelers are rocking and rolling. Signing 3 players today. Wide receiver. M. Watkins from Philadelphia. Kyle, what's his name? Yeah. Oh, Jesus. God, guys. I'm like forgetting everybody. Yeah, Kyle Allen and Dean Lowry all being signed today. So the Steelers, after becoming a little bit quiet here, they definitely started making some moves, and I think it's cool, man. I think it's definitely cool. All right, sorry, I'm getting like messages on this computer. I don't even know how. I don't even have my mic drop thing on here, guys. It's not even one of my things, and it's crazy. I'm getting like mic drop messages. Oh, I know why. Because I had logged on my account on this computer. Because we're going to be switching ways we do this live stuff here. Because we got to. Wanda Mahomes. Yeah, he's a good one. One Nation, stand up. That's right, Miss Pittsburgh. Bears effed up. That was from Jesus. Yeah, man. I think so. Enjoyed Fields, man. I enjoy him. I just hope the kid gets a chance, man. I know he's 25. He's not a kid anymore, but give the dude a real chance. Give him some people around him. Let him catch his breath. Let him learn from Russ a little bit. And let's talk about that one thing here, dude. When you brought up the Justin Fields thing. Adam Schefter, guys. I usually respect him and what he says because he just has people in his pocket that are throwing him information. That's cool, whatever. So you typically get it. They call him and give him the stuff and he spits it out. That's their way to get it out there. Okay, cool. But when he said that there is a world and there is a scenario that he could see Russell Wilson being cut before the Pittsburgh Steelers have opening day, I think that would be stupid. I just think so. Why would you cut a guy that's $1.2 million on your books? You got one of the cheapest backups probably in the league, dude. Mason, what's he making? 3.6. What'd Mitch get? Shit. What did Mitch get? It was like close to $3 million, dude, what Mitch got to go with incentives. So, come on, man. You would release Russell Wilson on a $1.2 million deal. Get a life, dude. That is the dumbest comment I think he's ever made in the history of being on TV. For him, anyway. Nathaniel Sampson, do you think Quez is a good wide receiver? He is quick, but the only bad thing about him is when the quarterback overthrows him, he will never play defense on the defender. You know more about him probably, Nathaniel, than I do, being a Eagles fan that you are. So you probably know a lot more about him than I do. I was going to dive into these guys in depth for tomorrow's show for the upload in the morning. But definitely, man, you probably know a lot more. And that's an interesting take that you gave us there. Talking about, hey, when things are bad and the quarterback don't put the ball in the right spot. And, sometimes you have to turn into the defender to alleviate those turnovers. That's a big quality that you need to have, man. You got to be aggressive to the football no matter what, guys. And I always try to teach my young wide receivers when I coach football, no matter the situation at all. You have to be aggressive to the football no matter what. And I try to instill that into every player on my football team. Aggression to the football. We're always trying to get the football one way or another. We want to control the football. And I think that that is the way that you should live as an NFL player, as a football player in general. Aggression to the football, number one, man. Go after the football. And I think good things come when you do that. And for wide receivers, you got to play defender sometimes. You're saying he's quick. That's a good thing. Hopefully that helps having two speedsters out there and Calvin Austin the third, Quez, Watkins. Sorry. Yeah, I like it. We'll see. Quez. I am saying his name right, I think, guys. Quez. Quez. Monty, did you hear Bell wants to come back? Yeah. I don't put much stock into him, Monty, to be honest. What would he be at best? On the 90 man, maybe? You've been out of football too long, man, you know? And there's where I was talking about the speed of the game, you know? The speed of the game is just so quick. And when you're not in that anymore, it's tough, you know? Very, very tough. The memes, I'm about to send you. Yeah, here, we'll delete you. No, I won't delete you, but I don't know what you said that for. Are you trying to be a crazy or something? Don't do that. That's crazy. Don't ever do that. Nathaniel Sampson. Mike Engelhartwell said, Limsey, who is the QB they signed today? That is Kyle Allen, quarterback that's been with several teams, a guy that's been around the NFL. He's going to be the quarterback 3, so we'll see how that works out. Thanks, George. Yep, thank you. See, that's why we have the best community here on Mike Drop Sports. Even if I don't see your comments, we have people that are so engaged in the chat here on Steel City Live that they answer your questions, keep you up to date on what we're talking about. So it's so easy to jump into the conversation here. Also, guys, you go to these other shows, and I'm not knocking anybody, because I know things get busy. It's very hard to answer all the comments. But we really try to let you guys be involved as much as possible, man, for sure. Because I don't have all the answers, nor does anybody else out there. They just don't. And these guys that pretend to, that's crazy to me. You guys, the fans that watch this all the time, you need to have your voices heard. And that's what I want this place to be. Oh, thank you, Nathaniel Sampson, for the 99. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let's celebrate my boy Nathaniel. We appreciate you always for coming through. And we have fans from different teams too, guys. Don't forget that. There's Bears fans in here. We have guys that are Eagles fans, Detroit Lions fans. This is just the place to come and talk football, man. It definitely is. And I know I appreciate it. Sean enjoys it on Wednesdays. Like, we definitely do, man. Definitely. And don't forget to hit that like button for us. That is a big one. No doubt about it. Miss Pittsburgh, best show in town. Thank you. Miss Pittsburgh is the resident mayor of Mike Drops Board. She's always in here, man. Miss Pittsburgh. Always show her some love, guys. D, Titans fans. Yes. Yep. D, I get what you're saying. Now that our boy Mason went to Tennessee, yeah, some Titans fans. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It definitely is, guys. No doubt about it. Oh, shit. It's getting crazy up in here, man. Crazy. All right, guys, let's continue through the show. Anything else you guys want to talk about? What's up, Blacks? Black UZ, hello. What's up? Yeah, thank you. That's what we'll call Miss Pittsburgh, the mayor. She's the mayor now. So if you want to sit at the mayor's table with Miss Pittsburgh, if you want to be in the mayor's party, make sure you become a Mic Drop Mafia member again, guys. That's the way to do it. She'll protect you in there. What's up, Ashton? Limsey, what do you think of the offseason so far? I like the move so far, and I had a commenter today really go deep in, go hard, man. That didn't sound good, but anyway, he went pretty hard on me, man. He kind of like dug in, saying that Omar Khan, he said first that Omar Khan waited too long. So we went back and forth a couple times, but I think he didn't wait too long in free agency. I think he's made calculated moves. And again, guys, what have I told you he's done? And I think a lot of you agree with the same thing I'm thinking. He creates options. He doesn't pin himself into a corner, and I think that that's a quality thing to do, man. I think it's what good GMs do. Give themselves often or options. Trevonde Swift is a steal in the draft. Yeah, he could be cool. Yes, sir. No doubt. All right, guys. Keep putting your comments in there. We can keep going. Again, though, I really like the offseason so far. I'm not sure. Some people may not think so. The only thing that I disagree with, and I've been salty about, and I'll get over it because I will, but they didn't even extend Mason Rudolph a contract, and that kind of bugged me, man. I thought that he did enough for you in those last 4 games that you could at least brought the dude back to give him a shot, you know? Yeah, I know, dude. I know. I thought of that after I said it. I was like, I cannot believe I just said that live on the air with people watching. Like, by the time this is done, there will be like 4,000 people probably that see it by the time it's done, like over the next couple days. And I said that live. Like, how stupid. 110 Shamar. Do you think we will get far with all of the talent in the North? I think we got a chance, man. I think Russell Wilson's going to shock some people this year, guys. I think he's hungry. I really, really do. I think we got a good chance, though. I think the way this team is being constructed, it's not in a bad way, man, at all. Limsey, do you think we have a chance to trade for Brandon Ayuk? I think that ship sailed, man. I think the price and the cost and what it's going to cost you in the future in terms of your draft capital now, you're going to have to separate yourself from some of those high value picks. Also, what it's going to cost you financially later down the road and now. I just think that in Omar Khan's mind, hopefully, he's not on board with making that kind of a drastic decision because the Steelers aren't just that one wide receiver away. You know, that's not what they're needing to do right now. They're needing to play a more longer term game in my eyes. I know, you know, they have guys on short term deals at quality or at big time positions. I get that. But I think those short term deals are set up for other things down the road with that, maybe that same player or more auditions than anything. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, they'll pay you if need be. They're not shy about it if they have to, if you're a quality player. They paid TJ Watt, they paid Minka, they paid Ben for all those years. They definitely will do it if you deserve it. Jacob Palma, who do you think will replace Deontae? I don't think that replacement's in the building just yet. I don't. I think that either comes through the draft or maybe even next year. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just don't think that replacement is quite in the building. A guy that's going to be that level. Deontay has his issues, running backwards a lot, being dumb a lot. Just we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think it's there yet. My son must have just come back, so my wife did end up getting him from the wreck. Well, he was trapped at the school because of the wreck on the road. So he was done with football at 6 o'clock, and here it is, 20 after 7. He's just now walking through the door. I just heard him come through. So thankfully, they're back. All right, guys, as we inch toward 100, as we always do, we kind of hover in this area. Make sure we're hitting that like button, really getting things out there for us on the YouTube algorithm as we move through the show here on Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason. As always, Wednesdays I'll be joined by Sean. So don't forget, Wednesday we'll be on at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget that. But every other day we'll be back at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Jacob, we did that one. Sean Carpenter or Stephen Carpenter. I'm still hoping for TJ Tampa in the second round. Yeah, you said that a while ago, Stephen. You've held strong to those guns. We'll see how that goes, man. We'll see. Our draft show should be fun, especially with all the names you guys have thrown out there. And I'm not going to act like I'm some freaking great person that knows all these names, guys. There's some of these names you throw out to me. I don't know, and it's impossible for everybody to know, or for one person to know everybody. It just is. The guys that act like they know all these people, they probably don't. Just saying. They can act like they do, but they don't. Shane, Will we bring back Mason Cole? I heard he was let go mainly due to his previous contract, and I don't think so. He threw the ball into the ground too much. His snaps were so poor. That was the bad part for Mason Cole. I don't think his contract was horrible. I just think he didn't deliver, man, and he caused major disruption in that offense. And when you're starting off every play in a negative way with his poor quality of snaps, I mean, I just don't got no use for you. Maybe if they get him at the vet minimum, if they can't fill the need, bring him back like that. I mean, do what you got to do. But you know, I just ain't on board with Mason Cole. Monty, have you heard any more about Boyd? No, I think they are too far off on a contract, Monty. I think that Tyler Boyd's looking for $8-9 million a year, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are probably in more in a ballpark of 3 to 5. That's where I'm thinking. That's where I think the distension is with that, and I don't think it'll get done. I thought it was. I thought it was a slam dunk at one point, Monty. JD, 28-year-old with a 7-12 record, but not signed Mason with an 8-4-1 record. Yeah. Proof's in the pudding, JD. I keep saying that all the time too, man. You're right. Lindsay, I hope Mason gets more playing time. I hope he gets a chance. 110 Shamir. We're gonna get him. I'm sad about that. Oh, he was talking to Lindsay. So we are doing the draft show. Yes, ma'am, we are. Sean and I will be live draft night, the first round of the draft. We'll be hammering the draft content, guys. We will be with you for that first round for as long as we can hold out. We will definitely be there through pick 20. I will have the show brought up here. I have a big projector that's in front of me here where my little, where my little studio is here in the basement in my game room. I have like a wall that the projector will go on. I'll be able to see it. Sean can bring it up on his stuff too. We can bring it up on our computers, the live draft tracks. We'll definitely give you all our thoughts on it. So it should be a really fun night with you guys in the in the chat, talking about all the draft picks, all that stuff. I think it'll be a great night. D, if that's the worst thing you say after hundreds of hours of talking live, you're doing pretty damn good. Thank you, man. Yeah. That was crazy though. I can't believe I said it. I figured you was gonna comment. uh, hey, how's Bubby? D. Nathaniel Sampson. Have you ever done a meet and greet? Me? No, I've never done one. I don't got enough people to like me. I've went to meet and greets for other people. Mike Unglehart. John Lynch ended Ayuk trade talks with. Oh, he did. I want Justin Simmons. He's just sitting there in free agency. Yeah, there was somebody that said something why he was. I don't know. I got to do a little bit more research. I wouldn't mind having Simmons, man. Jonathan Harvey, what's up? Russell Wilson will succeed in Pittsburgh. Sean Payton was an embarrassment in behavior against Russ. Total disrespect. I think you're right, Jonathan. And Russ wasn't his guy, and he was going to do whatever it took to get him out of there. And that's just what it was. And I thought Russ was pretty, a good fit. I thought if he was utilized correctly. But Sean wants more of a guy that wants to stay all the time in the pocket type deal. So I don't know. We'll see. I just didn't think Sean Payton really knew how to use Russ the way, or didn't want to use Russ the way Russ needed to be used. He wanted Russ to throw the ball a ton, and Russell isn't effective when he's out there throwing the ball 50 times a game, 40 times a game. He needs to be in that, 25 to 30 range with great play action, good run game, solid defense. That's the formula to win for Russell Wilson. George Teston. Russell Wilson had a better year than KP and Mike Tomlin put together last year, or Mitch Trubisky put together last year. Yes, sir. No doubt he didn't, George. He definitely did. Russell Wilson had one less touchdown than the great Lamar Jackson, so they say, the MVP. That can't win a playoff game to save his life. One that matters anyway. Jeff Stipe, 49ers said today they are not trading Ayuk. Oh, okay. So that's off the board, guys. Limsey, I heard we got Quez to replace our other wide receiver 3 and bait San Francisco into a trade for Ayuk. Just wondering. No, according to these guys, they're saying no, that's not going to happen. No more Ayuk trade. Jacob Palmio, I was thinking draft too. And yes, hello, thanks, man. I love your show. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you, man. JP, the Steelers need a big body receiver like Mike Williams that can run block. Yeah, I think George Pickens is a big body guy. I think he can do some big things. I think he could do that kind of stuff. We'll see. George is going to prove his worth this year a lot more. I think he was definitely underutilized, but he's definitely proven that he can do it very, very, very high level. D, how do you spell Sean? Sean, right there. SHAWM. 110, Shamir. D, what does it matter? I'm not sure what you guys are even talking about. Sorry. Nathaniel Sampson, how do you feel about Cam Sutton still out on the run? I think he's been on the run for so long. Something bad must have happened. Guys, yeah. Something's going down, dude. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to put no rumors out there because I know when you have this, and I know my platform isn't large and it's not crazy big or anything, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to put anything, crazy out there that would make people start talking or anything. But you're right, Nathaniel. Something's going down, dude. There's something going on, and I fear for him greatly. I love my dude when I'm on the show. I gotta put something around it. I ain't giving no free shout outs to Mountain Dew. What do they do for me? Besides make me unhealthy. But you're right, Nathaniel. I'm gonna dive into that a little bit more, see if there's any more info that's come out about it. JP, the Steelers need to build through the draft. JP, I argued with somebody about that today. They said that Omar Connigan waited a little bit too long in free agency, didn't fill the needs that he needed to, compared to the guy from the Eagles who filled all their holes. And it's fine if a team does that in free agency and fills all their holes, but the Steelers traditionally have built through the draft, and they are more of a homegrown type ball club. Why? Because they're not the big spenders all the time. They want to bring guys in that are their own players, guys that they cultivate through the NFL system and allow them to grow into a Pittsburgh Steeler type player. That's what they've always tried to do. Does it always work? No. But that's part of the reason they have 6 Lombardi trophies sitting down on South Water Street, too. That is because they are patient and able to build through the draft. And that is a big reason that they've had long-term success. Yes, Jay Dwizzles Wiz. Yeah, man, we've been up to, I think, 150 once. We've had it up pretty high, but man, we got to get them likes cranking. That's how the views start coming in. Hit the like button if you haven't already for us here on Steel City Live. I'm Jason, and we would appreciate that like. That is the best way to support us, guys. Also, we enjoy you guys just giving us your chat messages, and we try to answer them all here on the show. Sometimes we don't get to them all, but we definitely try. I don't know you, Yobi. Ya boy. I don't know you. I don't know what duet stream is. Like, go live with you? Like I do with Sean on Wednesdays? I don't know you. I'd have to know you pretty well to bring you on. I just can't bring you on. I got to know you first. D is being respectful by wanting to spell my name the way I spell it. Yeah, I spelled it wrong for how long, Sean? I still do sometimes. Jonathan Harvey. Steelers must not bring back Mason Cole. Get their guy in the draft. I hope JPJ at 20. Yeah, me too. You can't bring Mason Cole back. I mean, if that's the last resort you got, so be it. But, whew. I wanted to say something nice on your channel, but I didn't want to spell your name wrong. So just, yeah, guys, hey, go out and subscribe to Sean's channel. I will post it. It's actually in my community section, the third comment down. We need Sean to get 50 subscribers, guys, so we can unlock some features on the live side of things with YouTube. So please go over to Epic Expeditions with your boy Sean. Hit subscribe. He's going to be posting some content eventually here. Things will get cranking along there, but we need to get him up to 50. So go over and hit that like and subscribe for him. Oh, with a super chat, 110 Shamir. Thank you, my friend. Awesome, man. Coming in with a donation. Let me hit that heart. I just subscribed to your channel. I'm looking forward to more content. Go Steelers. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. You've had great comments too tonight, man. So I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to you being with us, man. Awesome. Thank you. Definitely. JP, we need the Toledo cornerback, Quinion Mitchell. Yeah. Quinyon's a beast, guys. Quinyon is that guy. Quinyon's going to be that guy in the NFL. I want to tell you that. I think so anyway. Do you think the Super Bowl? Do you think we're Super Bowl contenders with all the changes? I'm not going to go as far as saying that I think that they're like preseason darlings for the Super Bowl, but honestly, 110, I think that they could get deeper into the playoff race with what they've made. I think Russell Wilson provides enough of that spark on offense, and I think the defense, with the addition of Patrick Queen, the addition of Deontae Jackson, and the additions that they can make through the draft, the second year Nick Herbig, the all-world TJ Watt, I definitely think the Pittsburgh Steelers have the ability to go in there, compete with the Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills, all those teams. I don't think the Steelers can be discounted next year. And I think if teams overlook the Steelers next year, I think they could get smacked in the mouth. I'm not saying that they make the Super Bowl, but I'm saying they could definitely make some noise next year for sure in the playoffs. At least make it to round 2 or so, you know? Get that monkey off of this team's back, you know? Get that first playoff win since 2016. Start getting this ball rolling back in the way it needs to be. The Steelers can win the AFC Championship and go to the Super Bowl. I mean, anything's possible. I wish. Wesley Boyd, what's up? In the first round of the draft, I'd like to see either Johnson as the center, and if he's not available, then maybe McKinstry or DeJean. Guys, if they could get Cooper DeJean, I think their name's Cooper, but DeJean from Iowa, the cornerback, you run to the podium for a guy like him. And you can go watch his highlights. Please do. Do yourself a favor if you like football. But I run to the podium if he's available, and I don't care if Jackson Powers Johnson's there either. I don't care who's there. I think that kid is going to be a superstar in the NFL. Remember, it was said here on Mike Drop Sports that I think he's going to be a superstar. I'd run to the podium to pick him up. I just like the way he plays football, the fire he plays football with. Man, does that kid excite me. He really, really does. Oh, George with the super. What's up, man? I nominate Miss Pittsburgh for moderator. Miss Pittsburgh, you want to be a moderator? Let me know, hon. Epic expedition, my boy Sean. No worries. I don't take it personally. Thanks, guys. I think he was talking about spelling his name wrong. GP is the Steelers contested catcher. GP's going to be a talent, guys, next season. He is really going to make some big moves. He proved it. When you saw the Steelers get NFL quarterback play finally late in the year, you saw what a weapon like George Pickens can do. He is virtually unguardable at times, and that's a fact. And he'll prove that next year even more, especially when you have guys like Russell Wilson that can get him the football. And guys like Calvin Austin could be geared up for a little bit of a better year. Why? Because Russell Wilson got an arm on him. He can throw the ball deep, guys. He can let it rip a little bit. Definitely can. And guys like Calvin, speedsters like Quez that they just picked up, Quez Watkins today from the Eagles. Guys like that might be able to succeed a little bit, you know, and have some splash plays for the Steelers. We don't do shout outs, guys. You can make a regular comment and I'll shout you out that way. Joshua Shields, what is Sean's channel's link again? It's in my community section, Josh. It's called Epic Expeditions. I will post it in the comments after this live show. Once it's uploading, I'll post it in there also. But I should have tagged it in this and I forgot to. I was running late. We need to draft Jackson Powers Johnson. We do, Fred Dog. I'm not opposed to that at all. I think he would be probably one of the best picks that we've had in a while. We need that foundational piece at the center spot in order to move forward. I'm trying to get through the comments here, guys. Definitely try clicking on my name, Epic Expedition. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, you can click on Sean's name. That might take you there, and then you can come back to us here. You could hit subscribe, though, definitely, and do that for him and hook him up. D, even with the quarterback downgrade, you can't discount a team with TJ Watt and Jalen Warren. TJ Watt's all world, and I say it too every time you bring up Jalen Warren's name. Home run hitter from anywhere on the field. A guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield and is absolutely dangerous, man. I really like Jalen Warren, and I hope the Steelers continue to do business with him. Miss Pittsburgh, you want to be a moderator? You are the mayor. I'm looking for one more. Nathaniel Sampson, I love that YouTube short of Justin Fields switching into a Steeler jersey. Yeah, that was a cool one. I liked it too. That's why I put it up there. I did. I liked it. It was decent. Stephen Carpenter, when do you think Russ goes on Ben's podcast? I don't know if Russ and Ben jive together, man. I don't know how that would work. Ben's attitude's a little bit weird. Russ got that little bit of a weird, quirky attitude. I'm not sure if those two would jive. Might not be long, though. Ben only does that podcast during the year, I think. During, like, the football season. Undertaker, are you from Alabama? No, I'm from Pennsylvania originally. D, when are you going to do the widescreen switch? I keep accidentally switching videos trying to see the chat. I don't know, man. I like doing it this way. Why? Because we get exposed to a lot more people. I hope I do it soon. We'll see. Once I hit 5,000 subscribers, probably that's whenever I'll switch over to it. And we're on our way. We gain like 50 or 60 a day, so it shouldn't take too much longer. Head trauma, Walter, Wait or Texas? No, I'm from Pennsylvania, Undertaker. You knew it. Notorious. Yo, Buster, is this... What's edge mean? What's edge friendly zone? I don't know what that is, man. I ain't hip to all the new stuff out there. All right, guys, we usually go about 60 minutes. We've been going 65 minutes or so. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. If there's anything else you guys want to get out there. Miss Pittsburgh, if you want to be a moderator, let me know. You want to be a moderator? Throw my little emoji up there, and then I'll make you a moderator before we leave. But anyway, as always, guys, I appreciate you so much. Let's keep going. Yes, Nathaniel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We're going to go live. We'll have Sean on Wednesday. All that fun stuff. Don't put that in here, man. Let's see. All right. Don't put any vulgar things into my chat here, guys. Notorious, whoever you are. Don't put vulgar things into my chat. We're not about that here. We're about having good fun and talking football, and you can be a little bit vulgar and all that stuff, but like we're not going to go to that kind of crap saying stupid shit like you just did. So don't do that. But anyway, Vince Pittsburgh, you let me know, dear, if you want to be a moderator. I'll make you one. If not, we'll find somebody else. We're just looking for one more moderator so we can have somebody, especially when Sean and I are on together. We'll keep on rolling through the shows, though. As always, we'll be back at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Yeah, that is awesome, man. I really appreciate it. That is so cool. Great shows. Thank you so much. But I will think about it. All right, Miss Pittsburgh, guys, is going to think about being the moderator. We might have the mayor. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Thank you, JD. Thank you, 110. Let's go, Miss Pittsburgh. Everybody rooting for you, Miss Pittsburgh. They all voting for you. Yeah, that's why you're the mayor. All right, guys. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports, and this is the show Steel City Live. Don't forget to turn your notification bell on because tomorrow we'll be coming at you with another upload, and we will see you first thing in the morning. And until then, peace. Thank you all.